Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're just joining for the first time, my name's Andrew. I'm an emerging writer. Just documenting my mediocre rise to fame and fortune in this channel, no expenses spent. So forgive me for my mealy mouth mumbling. I'm in the process of trying to improve my communication skills, which as you can see is quite lacking. But in the meantime, it's been a busy 2 weeks since my last update. I did a short course with Brisbane Writers Workshop. I've got another one coming up next weekend. Now this one's for like sci-fi fantasy, and I'm really looking forward to that one. It's going to be more up my alleyway, what I've been writing. From my Substack, you can see a lot of sci-fi fantasy short stories that I've been done in the past, and going back looking at them now, it's like I need to. I can see where I've improved, and I can go back and edit those and make them better, give them a bit more polish. So, and that brings me to my next point, which is pretty much what I've been doing lately. I've been working on a little horror, short story. There's another submission for Nightmare Fuel coming up for an anthology. It'll be like an actual physical book, and the theme is feral, or nature fighting back. And so I have a little twist on a story that I've had in mind, and as you can see with all the writing and the highlighting and the gimmicks, I've put that through the ringer, and I'll probably do a couple more rounds before I submit that. I think the submissions are open for that at the moment. So if you're watching this 10 years from now, you've missed out. Sorry. Anyway, it's pretty much it for me. I've just been writing away with my main manuscript. I've started going back and rewriting, or I guess you could say doing the next draft of the earlier stuff that I've written. So stuff that I've written 6 months ago, like, good Lord, who wrote that? So, but now I'm going through at my current skill level and doing a pass through that. So in the last few days, I've written about 5,500 words, which before I had probably about 2,000 words for those chapters. Very rough drafts. You just spill all your guts out on the page and hope for the best at that early stage. But now I'm going through it and writing with a bit more clarity, and using the things that I've learnt from all the courses that I've done and experience. It's coming along nicely. So just remember, application over education. You just got to keep cracking away at it. And moving on to the final thing. And here's the thing. Last time I mentioned it, I mentioned the Blood Meridian in the last video, and I've finished reading it, and man, it is good. As you can see, I've marked out passages that really stuck out to me, mainly with like descriptions of landscapes, and that it really brings out the harshness of the world, and how he's crafted those imagery. Smarter people than me have analysed this and come up short. So I don't know what to add to it, but from the start, you're like, your head's blown off. You're like, whoa, what the hell? It's just so violent and brutal. And by the end of the book, you're sort of numb to it all. I guess that's the intent. Like it's just so, each event is sort of more over the top than the last. And then you get to the end, you're sort of like, hey, what happened? It's one of those things that go back and read a few times, and there's a few things that stood out at the time. A lot of heavy symbolism going on between. I'm not giving away too much spoilers, but sorry if you've watched this far in the video, you deserve spoilers. Sorry, but between the judge and the ex-priest flying over the kid, where that moral battle, I guess you could say, is going on, and that sort of brings you to the end of the book, where it's just either ambiguous or it's not. It depends on how you interpret it. If you think too much about it, you go too deeply in it, like how it actually ends. And I think he's probably done that on purpose so that it's up to the individual to figure out what happened, because every other violent act is in gruesome detail, and by the end, like we're saying, that you get numb to it, and it just sort of glosses over what happened, and so you have to sort of use your thinking brain instead of just your passive reading brain to work it out. And as an emerging writer, I feel it's a great exercise to go through this book and break it down. And there's other YouTube channels that have done this more thoroughly than me, than I ever could at this stage. But I recommend this book. It's not for everyone. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, probably put off by it. But once you sort of power through and then have a think about it, it's pretty prolific. But anyway, that's it for this week. Do yourself a favour, check it out. Not much else. GenreCon is coming to Brisbane next year. I've got my ticket. If you can go. If not, don't. It's up to you. Alright, I'm going to get back to the writing, so